Hey everyone, it is your girl, the one, the only Spicy, and I'm here today with another general love reading featuring this awesome, beautiful ponytail. I love this hair. I completely love this ponytail. It is so beautiful. Hey! Hey, so I hope everyone is doing well today. That's so funny. That's so funny. Like, I'm excited too. I hope everyone is doing well today. I hope everyone's had a blessed week. I've definitely had tons and tons of ups and downs this week, but at the end of the day, I just continuously stay consistent. I keep moving forward, and then I also just keep God in mind. Dang, where are my crystals? Let me tell y'all how I left my crystals over there, but they're with me in spirit. Usually I put my crystals right here, but I left them over there. So with that being said, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get into no, I'm sorry. I can't do without them. I'm sorry. I can't do it without them. All right, I'm back. I'm just like, nope, can't do it without them. That's so funny. But yeah, I hope everyone is well. Today, I'm definitely going to be expanding on a topic that came up this morning, actually. And the topic was on sacrifices. And I just felt like the message on sacrifices that this one specific young lady decided that she want to speak on this morning. It was so needed. It was like, you need something and it's like it's just right there on time. And that's something I'm really starting to realize with the universe is like they really will not let me go too long without hearing something that I need to hear. If I'm having a down day, it's like even a moment, because they just will not let me have an entire down day. Like, so even if I'm having a moment, it's like the next second, it'll literally be some type of information, something that I hear that literally solves or answers that issue, that problem that I had. So this morning, just being able to hear that message on sacrifices was so like beneficial for my own spirit. It was exactly what my soul needed, and I just wanted to expand on that thing. Because we all know within ourselves that one thing that we do need to be able to sacrifice in order to move on to the next level. And when it comes to sacrifices, it's just all about your willingness and then your attachment. So how attached are you to this thing? And if you're super attached to this thing, you're not going to sacrifice it. But when you exhibit like a cool and calm detachment from that thing, then it's like if it goes away, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to do nothing to you because you've already calmly detached from that thing. So I just felt like I wanted to talk about that, sacrifices. So before we get into the second half of the reading, just in your mind, make sure you have that thing in your head that like, it's like, damn, I know I'm going to have to let go of this thing. I'm going to have to sacrifice this thing. And we just going to see what spirit, has to say about it. And if there's any like practical advice or things that we could do so that we can incorporate, what they have to say into our lives in a way that makes sense, in a way that we can personally comprehend. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Like, I'm so excited. I'm just gonna get into the week, just seeing what is going on with us and just some things that we can look forward to with this goddess deck. I love this goddess deck. Like, it's like one of my favorite decks. It's an oracle deck. So yeah. Yep. I definitely realized that I should start shuffling my cards like when I'm done, like when I put my cards away. Because then once I want to get into a new reading, it'd be like, same energy from the last reading. And it's like, yes, girl, that's because you need to shuffle your deck. Shuffle your deck. But yeah, y'all, I'm just going to get a couple more of these cards, and then I'm going to use tarot cards as I typically do just to clarify. All right. So what is going on with us? What is going on with us? And that's so crazy because I was literally just talking about hearing a word today, and just even hearing that word within the realms of the investment group that I've joined. And what I'm seeing here is that a lot of you all are definitely spending more time. Okay, so there's a book that I have, and it's actually called Practicing the Presence of God. And it talks a lot about being able to go to God, like regardless of the time or day, or even if it's outside of prayer, but essentially you're practicing his presence and knowing that he's always with you, or your higher power that you subscribe to is always with you. And this is definitely something that is big that I really see coming up here. Is like a lot of you are either, you know, being more communicative within a community or a group of people that you're a part of. I know this is heavy for me, just being able to speak up and to show who you are and how you think and how you feel about certain things, and just being able to display like the creativity that is within you and being willing to share that with other people. And that's something that I definitely see heavy here. And then also in the realms of, you know, just more so on a one-on-one spirituality, you and your higher power, is I definitely see that you're spending more time if you're getting into the word, if you're looking at more readings, if you're practicing whatever types of rituals it is that you do. It's just showing that it's more time that is being spent with the divine, as opposed to before. You might not have spent as much time, or you might not have been as cognizant of, okay, I should be practicing the presence. Like, I know my spirit guides are around me, my ancestors are around me. Because oftentimes, I know personally for myself, like sometimes I'll get so caught up in this physical 3D world that I will tend to forget about like my ancestors that's around me guiding me. Sometimes I might forget that, okay, I do have a guardian angel that is following me. You know what I'm trying to say? Forgetting that there are these beings that are around that are essentially here to guide us and to protect us, and, you know, loving us and just giving us a lot of peaceful, calm energy, you know, to combat a lot of the bullshit that we got to deal with living in this world. So so it's just really nice to know that, like, it seems like you all are definitely being a lot more cognizant of those forces that are around you that are helping you. And it seems like a lot of you all are definitely being more willing to show yourself and to speak up for yourself. So blue is definitely, and I was just thinking about the throat chakra, but blue is definitely something that I see here as well. Just being able to communicate from a place of peace, from a place of stillness, from a place of just calming energies. You know, a lot of you, I feel like, have cooled down significantly. So if there was any type of strife, if there was any type of arguments, if there was any type of confrontations or things that you was dealing with people, I feel like at this point you've exhausted yourself of those things. Like, you're just like, you know what, I'm done. Like, my words are powerful, and my words are not going to be utilized in this way to confront, to argue. I mean, you can argue in a positive way. Their debates are arguments, because you're literally saying what your argument is. But I'm talking about confrontations, like cutting confrontations or arguments with people. You're at the point where you're just like, you know what? No, it's not for me. My words are powerful. You know, there's life and death that's in the tongue. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that. I heard it once today. I heard it once yesterday. And it's just something that I continuously hear, and I continuously keep in the forefront of my mind. When you're saying certain things, you have to understand, are you speaking life? Are you affirming this into someone's life, into your own life? Or are you speaking death? Are you speaking poverty? Are you speaking struggle? Are you speaking hateful words? Like, what are you speaking? And I feel like a lot of you all have significantly calmed down, and you're just like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to continue to exhaust myself of these harsh, cutting conversations with people. So it just seems as though a lot of you all are just being more calm in your approach to things. And especially if you are spending time with the divine, it's like you're definitely doing so from a place of stillness. So you could be making time every day to make sure that you're peaceful, that you're calm, that you meditate. And like I said, meditate, you don't just got to be sitting there like some people can sit there and do that, and other people, meditation comes through doing things, doing certain activities. Like for me, I can completely meditate and rest my mind when I'm doing nails, or if I'm making a costume, or you know what I'm trying to say. There's certain activities that we do that we don't even know that we're putting ourselves into a meditative trance, as opposed to just sitting there and being like no shade, no shade, no shade, but it's just people meditate in different ways, you know, and you just have to find what works for you. But for the most part, like I said, a lot of you are just being so much more willing just to show who you are. You know, I'm trying to say, a lot of you all live very colorful lives, you know, like you live very colorful lives. You know, I'm trying to say, just who you are and the essence of who you are is just very colorful. I'm seeing a rainbow here. So it's just saying that, like, a lot of you are just, you're just more willing to show who you are, just even within a group of people. Like, you want to establish yourself, your creativity, who you are within that group. And then even just like I said with spirit, you're more so trying to develop and trying to be cognizant of those beings that are around you that actually want to have relationships with you. And then you're also calming yourself down in communication in general. You're not being so rah rah, so hype, so you know, you're like, you know what, that's too much for me, and you've exhausted yourself in that area. So now you're just like, I'm good. I'm great. Yeah. A lot of you all are just allowing yourselves to flow. So like I said, I was seeing a lot of blue. So you could definitely be exhibiting, if you have water signs in your chart, you could definitely be exhibiting more of that water sign energy of being more flexible, more going with the flow, more, I'm just going to go with the current as opposed to going against the current. And that's something else that I heard today as well. And just with spirit, you're just kind of doing what spirit tell you to do. You're just doing what your intuition is telling you to do. It's kind of like you're being more so of a free spirit right now. You're just kind of flowing with the energy as opposed to trying to make specific things happen. You're just flowing with the way that things are, and instead of trying to control them. And I feel like if you were in that controlling energy, it came off more so of like the Queen of Swords type of controlling energy. Now, the Queen of Swords, she's very inviting. She's inviting, but she is also the only queen that has that sword. She's the only queen that has a weapon. So she's very, well, actually, no, because the Queen of Wands, I mean, if you watch Walking Dead, then you know a staff was definitely a weapon. So let me take that back. Let me take that back. But for the most part, it's just exhibiting. I feel like even in communication, you might have just exhibited more so like an emotionless type of communication where you're just being logical and you just trying to stick to the facts. And there's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, I feel like sticking to the facts and communication is so much better than the, oh, I feel, and I this, and I believe. It's like, nah, stick to the facts. This is what happened, and this is what it is. And it just makes things more clear and cut and dry. Now, when you take that to the extreme, it becomes very uninviting, very cold. You know what I'm trying to say? Very just logical and rational. You know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like you're just trying to stay away from that just that thick, stuck energy. And you want to be a little more going with the flow. You know, it's still a water energy, but it's just not as, it's not as, you know what I'm trying to say? But sometimes you really have to be that way. But I feel like what works for you and what you're realizing now is it's just better to just go with the flow. Just how things are naturally going. I'm just going to go with what is happening, you know, as opposed to trying to sit there and make things happen. So let me see what else I can get on here. Yeah, a lot of you all are still co-creating with the universe. So like I said, it's like you have this, you live a very colorful life. You have a lot of different colorful ideas and a lot of things that are kind of going on within you. And you're definitely stepping into, continuously stepping into that energy of you're just working. Like you're working at this point and you know that you're working, and whatever it is that you're building, yeah, it might take some time. It might take a while to build, but that thing is intricate. And that thing has many layers. It's multi-layered. It's complex in a positive way. So a lot of you are definitely stepping into this energy like, I just got to work. And you're dominating your own work. What you do is for you to dominate on your own. It's for you to make it how you want it to be. So you can be as creative with it as you want to be. You can do as much as you want to do with whatever it is that you want to do, but you do have that energy to back it up, and you do have that certain level of dominance over your own work that you exude when it's time to, you know, put that work in. So basically, a lot of you are just more so going with the flow, just trying to really delve into your creative powers. And I always think, like, I always take it back to, like, yo, like, my higher power, he's a creator. He is a creator, and that's what he does. So if he made me in his image, then it would be disrespectful, and it wouldn't be responsible of me to not create. It would be completely disrespectful and irresponsible for me to not create. So a lot of you all are doing that. And if you're still at the point, if you're at a point where you're just like, well, I don't really know what I should be creating and whatnot, like, you can lean on the other people that you have around you, the people that you're communing with, the people that you're worshiping with. You can even just lean on spirit and just be like, you know what's next for me? What's next for me? And a way is gonna open up for you. You not have to sit there and force it and rush it and push it. You don't have to do it. But a lot of you are definitely exhibiting some divine feminine energies of creation at this point. So a lot of you all could definitely be continuing to step into that Empress energy, where it's just like one of creation, one of fertility, where you just have multiple projects and babies and things that you're sitting on that still have to come to the forefront. So just go with the flow. I know I have a lot of different projects and things that I definitely wanted to put out, a lot of different things. But once I started trading, it was just kind of like, all right, I gotta set these things to the side real quick so I could go make this bread. So a lot of you all definitely have a lot of different things that's kind of around that you want to really get into. And my advice is going to be just to make sure that you write those things down so those ideas don't completely leave you, and that at least you know that you put it down on paper, so it's very possible for you. You know, it's like that spell. Spelling is a spell. That's so funny. Spelling is a spell. But write your stuff down, like, because that's a big thing. And I also heard to write it down with a blue pen. That's something that I also heard as well. So if you all never wrote in blue ink, go get some blue ink and start writing with a blue pen and write down what it is that you want to do, and just write down these different ideas as they start to come up and whatnot. But for the most part, if you don't really know what it is that you want to do next, like I said, just you can lean on a support group of people, or like the first thing that I'm always going to do is I'm just going to go to spirit and just be like, okay, what's next for me? Like, what's next? But honestly, things just kind of pop up, and like once something pops up and it's like, wow, you're interested, and you're like, well, I'm actually kind of interested in that, then don't hold yourself back. Start to get on Google and start to research what it is that you need to do so that you can make that thing happen, even if you can't make it happen right now. The fact that you even put the time in to think about that thing, to get on that vibration, means that that thing is possible for you, because already your mind is there, you know? So let's see what's going on over here. Let's see what's going on. Ooh. So the cards I'm getting here, like these cards are amazing. Like, if a lot of you are still like unsure about your future and it's something that stresses you out, I just want to know that, you know, you're being assured that whatever it is that you're growing, whatever it is that is just a little seedling, it's just a little seed, star seeds. But whatever it is that you're growing, that's just a little seed. Like, I just want to give you the assurance and letting you know that that thing is going to grow. Like, that thing is going to grow. Despite how you particularly feel about it, despite what other people feel about it, despite what you see. And if you can't see anything right now in the physical, I just want to let you know that that thing is growing. And it's very, like, it's so important. Like, what I'm getting here is it's so important that y'all speak. Like, it's so important that y'all speak. Like, speak. Like, really speak. Like, speak up. Like, say how you feel. Communicate. Like, I'm getting so much blue energy. Like, it's just like, it's speak. It's speak. Like, if your throat chakra is closed, if you feel too shy, if you feel like you don't know what to say, like, then just allow your intuition to tell you what to say. You know, don't try to be in your head too much and trying to think about this and think about that. How do you feel? However you feel is what you need to say, no matter how it is that you feel. It's very important. I feel like a lot of people came up in households where they just were never allowed to speak. You were never allowed to speak. If you said something, if you had an opinion, then somebody else always had something to say. Like if your intuition told you one thing, then people would just literally ignore the divinity within you just to talk over you and say what they had to say. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like a lot of you all, your throat chakra had been closed either because other people would talk over you, because other people wouldn't listen to what you had to say or wouldn't validate how you felt. And it's just so important right now that y'all speak. Like, if you don't feel comfortable speaking to other people, speak to your spirit guides, speak to your ancestors, speak to your guardian angels, speak to all of these positive light beings that are around us, and speak to them. Like, because it's just what's coming up here is that they want to tell you that, like, literally, you're at the calm after the storm. Like, the storm has passed. The storm is past, and even though things might have been devastated, even though cars might have got flipped over, trees might have fell on your home, it's water damage in your home, or whatever it is that's going on, like, there are miracles and things that are going to change for you, especially as it relates to your money, especially as it relates to you having balance and stability within your life. You know, like, within your future is completely eminent that whatever it is that you are growing. And just know with your intuition, like, just allow your intuition to take you where you need to go, and have that inner knowing that what I'm doing is going to positively help to set me up for whatever it is that I want to do in the future. You know, and if you thought that this thing wasn't possible for you, like, spend some time to sit still with yourself, or spend some time to meditate, or to do things that put you in that trance so that you can be on a different type time. Oftentimes, and that's why they say meditation is important, because it takes you out of what is presently going on. It's like a disassociation with what is actually going on, and disassociating in a positive way and bringing yourself back is amazing. But oftentimes, people tend to disassociate, and and they have a very hard time with being able to then go back and ground their energies, because they're disassociating from a place of stress, from a place of anxiety, from a place of paranoia. Now, when you disassociate, do so from a place of stillness. Like, do so from a place of calm, from a place of peace, so that you can get this inner guidance that you need from your intuition, so that you can get this inner sense of just calm, you know, just allowing spirit to do what they need to do. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because what I'm getting is that there's definitely, like I said, miracles that are imminent for you. You know what I'm trying to say? It just might take you having to disassociate from what's going on right now to be able to, it's going to take you being able to disassociate from what's going on right now for you to be able to see those greater things that are on the horizon for y'all. So let me go ahead and get one more. Let me check the time, because I always be starting after 8 o'clock. Always. Yeah, so I'm just getting a heavy, like, lean on your spirit guides, lean on your guardian angels, lean. Because I'm definitely getting that it's important for y'all to spend time, just spend time revering, you know, that higher power. So spend time practicing the presence of God. Spend time, you know, just dwelling in His word, or dwelling in that energy, because, like, that power, like, when I be talking, that power, like, that power that God has, like, that power is so strong. Like, God really has resurrecting powers too. Whenever I be thinking about so much stuff that I've been through in life, and just being in the land of the dead, and just how many times that God has literally resurrected me and brought me out into the land of the living. When I tell y'all how many times that has happened in my life, and I'm pretty sure it's happened in y'all lives as well. I'm pretty sure you can go back to times where you're just like, like, I was really in the land of the dead. Like, really with the ashes on my body. You know what I'm trying to say? But like a phoenix, you literally rose up out of those ashes and you're still here. I'm pretty sure y'all can count how many times that has happened in y'all lives, to where you've literally experienced that true resurrection power that God really has to bring you up out of the land of the dead into the land of the living. So it's really time to start revering that higher power. It's really time to start getting into that energy, getting into that vibration, because that's what's really is going to give you that change that you really are looking for. So just being grateful every day, like waking up, thanking God for even giving you breath, for giving you life, for giving you the opportunity to keep walking, to keep stepping, to keep doing what it is that you want to do in your life. Like, it's very important. It's time for y'all to start speaking these things. So if you haven't been speaking these things, if you haven't been communicating these things, it's really time for y'all to start doing that, because this is going to be the power that is going to help you to create whatever it is that you want to create within your life. So you might as well be thankful. You might as well be grateful, because we're not doing it on our own. We really not doing it on our own. Like, yes, 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 yes. Like, whew, yes. Like, basically what I'm getting here is that you all should understand that your intuition and that little voice that is within you, inside of you, is going to give you that leadership and that wisdom that you need to keep pushing. So it really is time to really start to get into this, you know? Once you start talking to yourself, and I'm sure a lot of you all talk to yourself already. I'm sure you already talking to yourself. People might look at you, think you crazy, think you in psychosis. Meanwhile, you really over here communing with your spirit and your soul and with your higher power and all of these beautiful light beings that are around us. And I just want to let y'all know, if you've already been doing that, keep doing that, because this is where that wisdom is going to come from, in order for you to continue being strong, in order for you to continue walking, in order for you to keep doing things shamelessly and keep doing things with like effortlessly. You know, there's a song that's called Boasty. It's called Boasty, and it has Idris, Sean Paul, and who's that other person? Idris, Sean Paul, and Stefflon Don. Like, that song Boasty, like, it's just in my head for some reason, but it's basically letting me know that it's like, when you lean on your intuition and you leaning on this higher power, it just is going to give you so much more strength and confidence and self-esteem to really be able to go out here and to co-create with the universe whatever it is that you want. So now it's really time for y'all to start speaking. Start speaking, like, start speaking up. If you don't talk enough on social media, it's really time for you to start to talk. Because I really see that, like, this throat chakra want to come through. So y'all must have something very important to say. Like, your intuition is definitely pointing you to say things, to do things. Your intuition, your higher power wants you to show who you really are, to really be creative as you can be, and to actually show this thing. And you all are just going with the flow of the energy, which is what I like. You know, I really like that. I'm all saying it, which is what I like. Nah, but it's like, I can look at this energy and be like, yeah, speak up. Yeah, say what you gotta say. So that's really what I have. I want to keep going, but I want to move into the second half of the reading, which basically we'll be talking about, like, sacrificing and just practical ways that we can sacrifice. Because we all have different things in our heads that we know that we have to sacrifice. The thing I have is going to be completely different from the thing that you have, but we can look at practical ways through spirit of telling us, okay, what can we practically do so that we can basically build up the strength, the courage, and the faith to be able to sacrifice, to be able to detach, and to have the willingness to do so. You know, it makes me think about in the Bible, when Abraham was called to sacrifice his child. Like, he was called to sacrifice his child. He was literally about to sacrifice his child, but his faith was being tested. Like, his willingness and his detachment was being tested. And oftentimes that's how we are tested. We're tested. Like, we be getting these great things, and then the shit start breaking down, the bullshit start happening, all of these things start happening, and then it's like, damn, like, this is what I wanted. But you're being tested, because what you thought you wanted actually didn't turn out to be what you wanted. But will you be able to let go of that so you can get what you actually truly deserve? You know? This deck right here, this is the power deck. I love this deck. I'm going to read this deck verbatim based off of the card that I get, just because there's so many decks, and it's just like, I mean, it's so many cards, and it's just a wreath of information, and I would rather just communicate the message as what it says than me trying to intuitively read into it. It's not really much you can intuitively do with these cards, because it is what it is. So, alright, so this is the card that I have. It's so beautiful. I love this landscape. And on the back of this card, it says witness. It says witness. Live in your sacred witness. This inner place of silence and observing is your true identity, and therefore your true power. Your sacred witness is all you really have when all else is gone. Like monoliths in an ancient valley of great stones, it observes and remembers the passage of the ages. The answers that you find through the timelessness of spirituality and the innocence of nature offer the infinite. Each human being is on his or her own path, each different from yours. Answers to your questions are rarely found in another human. Answer your own questions by reflecting on nature and conversing with your own sacred witness. So essentially, what this card is saying definitely ties into what I've been saying here as far as with your own intuition and with you communing essentially with yourself, with your spirit, with your higher self, guardian angels, and your ancestors. So I just want to give a shout out to this power deck for just confirming my message today. And let's go ahead and move on, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And I'm so thankful to be here today. Like, y'all don't understand. I love doing tarot. Like, I can't do it every single Thursday like I was available to before. But I really do love tarot. Like, I love when spirit just confirms and backs me up. Like, because it lets me know that my intuition was spot on. So I just love that. I really, 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 really love it. So I'm just trying to figure out which card deck that I want to use so that we can go ahead. These are all oracle decks on this side. Let me put this over here. I guess we just gonna have to get into the tarot. I have a couple different tarot decks out here today. I think I'm gonna start with the Neo Tarot, and this is how it looks on the back side, the Neo Tarot. Oh, also, y'all, I'm not done with my nails. I still have to design them. They're done as far as being shaped, and I still have to design them, but I'll show y'all what I did. It was a quick little interim set. Quick little interim set. I'm so excited. I got my airbrush gun yesterday. I got my airbrush gun. I just have to order my stencils, and you already know it's a wrap. You already know it's a wrap. Oh, she airbrushing now. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But now we're just looking at sacrificing, and everybody is going to have something different in their mind that they feel as though they need to sacrifice. But we're just going to look at some practical ways in which we can go about sacrificing this thing, getting this thing up out of the way so that we can continue to move on. Ooh, that card jumped too, but I don't know where it went. It might come back out because it typically does that. It'll be like, it'll jump and that joint will come right back. It'll come right back. But yeah. Nah, this one don't want to go back in. Yes! I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here in my head. The messages is already going and I'm just like, yes! Yes! Alright, to clarify, I'm not going to use the... Did I say the Neo Tarot? Oh, yeah, I'm right. I was like, wait, what is this deck again? To clarify, I'm not going to use the Neo Tarot. To clarify, I'm actually going to use the Mystic Mondays. The Mystic Mondays Tarot deck. I like this tarot deck with the Neo Tarot deck because it's like, it just, the artwork kind of coincides, but not really. All right, so I'm just going to keep this deck off to the side. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep it in my hands. But for the most part, as far as what you all can do to practically be able to let this thing go in a practical way, in a practical manner, is the first thing that you have to do is you really need to spend time observing this thing. So it might take you having to write down... I hate when people say do this, but I have to tell y'all, writing down the pros and the cons of whatever it is that you are trying to let go of. Like, oftentimes when the cons outweigh the pros, it's like, gotta let go of that thing. You know what I'm trying to say? I think you'll find that. But for the most part, it's like you taking yourself out of it. I feel like oftentimes we get too caught up in the little minute details. And once you get caught up in the minute details, it just gives way. It does something to your brain. Like, it's like your brain is over processing, because not only are you trying to look at the big thing, but now you're focused on those little details within that big thing as well. So your brain starts to overwork itself. And I really think it's time for you to just don't just stay stuck in the big aspect of it. Because typically I'll be like, have an eagle-eye view of things, look at things from a higher perspective. But nah, for this thing right here, whatever it is that you're dealing with, it's very important that you are utilizing that scorpionic energy to observe, to actually sit there and observe. If you have to take that data, I was really about to say data. If you need data, then collect data during that observation period. Like, it's very important for you to really get in and actually dig into it and look at those minute details and those things. So that's why you don't want to be switching like in and out from an eagle eye perspective to the minute details and this back and forth. You're going to start to confuse yourself. And then sometimes if you get caught up in every single minute detail, you can start to build up fear, which won't let you actually go through with whatever it is that you know that you need to go through with when it comes to letting this thing go. So yeah, you might have to do one of those pros and cons lists. But for the most part, I'm definitely getting that like you need to watch and you need to observe and you need to start taking data and whatnot. And then also bringing yourself up out of it. I feel like oftentimes when you're so focused on self-improvement, you feel as though you just always have to operate from a sense of higher responsibility. Like you always have to be that person that is the bigger person. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, I'm not saying be petty. I'm not saying be petty, but I'm just saying don't feel like you always have to put that sense of responsibility on yourself. You are just a human being, just like everybody else. Yes, you could be an evolved soul, but at the end of the day, we still have humanity. Like, we're still going to make mistakes. We're still going to underestimate things or overestimate things or expect things out of things that we don't need to expect things from, and then overlook things that can actually give us the greatest and biggest return. We're still humans. You know, human beings don't be making the best decisions, and they don't come up to the best solutions even after observing. So just take your time to observe this thing. You know, observe it. And don't feel as though you have to be the person that has to just, I gotta operate from this bigger sense of responsibility. Like, no, like, it's okay. It's okay to be childlike with it. It's okay to be imaginative with this thing. It doesn't always have to be so, you know. But I mean, y'all are more so going with the flow anyway. So I don't think it's gonna be, you know, in that order. I have to do these visual things so that you can understand what I'm saying. Like, but for the most part, yes, I feel like it is time for you to really start to get into the details and to observe. And then also it's really time for you to start to forgive yourself as well. I feel like oftentimes we keep ourselves in situations and in certain places and doing certain things because we feel as though that's what we deserve and, oh, we're just worthy of that thing. And it's like, I really want y'all to start to exhibit some real, actual, true forgiveness on yourself. Like, if you have to apologize to yourself because you didn't do something right, or if you operate with a certain sense of integrity and a certain sense of responsibility and you didn't live up to your own standards and expectations for yourself, I really want y'all to understand, like, it's okay. And now it's time to really start to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for why you put yourself in that situation, or why you put yourself in that circumstance, or whatever your contribution was to whatever that thing is. And now you want to let it go because it's no longer serving you. It's okay. You can forgive yourself and you can accept yourself and apologize to yourself. You know, oftentimes we do put ourselves, like I said, in certain situations because we feel like that's what we're worthy of. And even like your higher self can be like, no, girl, you're not worthy of that. You're worthy of so much more. But you will still keep yourself there. And then you're dealing with shit that you wasn't, that is beyond you. You know what I'm trying to say? Now you're dealing with those types of things, and things start to just snowball and just snowball and just snowball. So I really just want to tell y'all, like, it's time to forgive yourself. Like, you know, forgive yourself and understand that you are learning. And now that you are learning and you have this knowledge and you went through that thing and you're going to sacrifice that thing, now you know, like, okay, I can take a different path now because now I know that doesn't work for me. So essentially, you're just figuring out, you're just figuring out things along the way. And I feel like that's just really how life is. You have to be free flowing and you have to go with the energy and the current as opposed to trying to control things. But yeah, a lot of you all might definitely benefit from just more spiritual advising, or just someone who's a wise person that can really help you see the ins and outs of whatever this thing is to help you come to a better conclusion. So a lot of you all might need to go to a therapist. You might need to go to church. You might need to go to a spiritual advisor. You might need to speak to a psychic. You might need to speak to someone who has who you trust, that when you go to them, they're gonna give you exactly whatever it is that you need, so that you can see the situation from a different point of view. You focus on the minute details, because you have to be the person that gains the strength and courage to let go of that thing. Can't nobody else sacrifice that thing for you. It has to be you. You focus on the little minute details, but go to someone who can handle the bigger picture and the perspective for you. You know what I'm trying to say? And then you focus on those little things within your situation that you know that you need to clean up. And let someone else tell you the bigger picture, and let someone else focus on that. So y'all just need support. Don't try to do this all on your own, because you don't have to. You don't have to burn yourself out. You don't have to burn your mind out. Like, that's one of the things I detest the most, is really just knowing that I burned my mind out and my brain out thinking about some shit and thinking about it from all different perspectives. It's too much. Like, because I'm an analytical person. I'm a critically thinking person, but that can also lean on the end of, now you're overthinking. Now you're doing too much. You know what I'm trying to say? So let somebody else handle, let somebody handle that for you. You feel me? Let somebody handle that for you. But yeah, what else do I see here? Let me get some clarification before I move on. Let me get some clarification. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, this might not be for everybody. This might not be for everybody, but I feel like the thing that you are sacrificing, for some reason, it has to do more so with the relationship. And I'm not going to say it has to be an intimate relationship or not, but that's just something that's coming up. It's like it has to do with the relationship, and just it, whatever it is that you're going through, that thing, it hurts. It hurts. If it's a relationship that you have with a family member, a relationship that you have with an intimate partner, or with a friend, it's like that thing just hurts. And I feel like you might have been literally the person trying to think of different creative ways to keep this thing going. Think of different ways in which you can invest your time and energy into this situation. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's just strife is hard. It hurts. You know what I'm trying to say? If this has nothing to do with a person, if this has to do with like a job or something, it's like you really try to do your best with your circumstance. Okay, you try to do your best with your circumstance, regardless of what it is. You get in, you do your work, you do what you got to do. You do things in a creative way. That's something that came up for y'all already. You have so much creativity and so many different colors and light just within you. It's like how you are is how you present yourself in these relationships, or in these situations, or in these circumstances. So if it's a job, how you are is how you are with your job. If it's a relationship, how you authentically are is how you are in this relationship. You feel what I'm trying to say? And it feels like a lot of you all have just been being yourself. You just been putting into this thing what you have to put into this thing, but it hasn't really been giving you much. It hasn't really been giving you much in return, but strife. Yeah, but strife, but disappointment, but upset, but worry. If this has to do with a job, I feel like the money that you getting is just not enough. It's not enough right now. It's not enough. That's something that could definitely be hurtful to you as well, because you're trying to do all that you can do. You know what I'm trying to say? But for some reason, it's coming up that it's not enough. That's probably why it's very important for you to start to get into those details of the situation, so that you can clean up those little things. I mean, I think, honestly, sometimes, like I said, we try to attack things from a bigger perspective, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for this specific situation, when it comes down to you having the willingness and being able to detach from whatever this thing is that is going on with you, it's important for you to have to get into the mud and get into it and really start to fine tune things and start to clean these things up. So it's on you. I'm not sure if y'all watch Yama Fix My Life, but I just remember one episode when she put that man face in the mud, or in the dirt. Like, she put his head in the dirt, and I was like, wow, talk about the most grounding and humbling experience ever. Somebody putting your face in dirt. Like, and that's just what she did. And I don't know, that image just came into my mind, like, just a humbling, grounding experience. But it was random. It's random. But let's continue to move on. In the last two cards that I have pulled up here, I'm gonna address them. I just think it wasn't time yet. I heard a car horn beep, and that was just like really random. But I don't know if it was a car horn, if it was from my son watching TV. I really don't know. That shit was kind of alarming. It was so alarming. Like, yeah, y'all like, y'all are so destined. Like, y'all are so destined for greatness. Like, y'all are so destined, and it's just like, what I really would not want to see happen is for you to get so caught up in not being able to forgive yourself and not being able to give that same loving energy that you might give out to others back to yourself and reciprocate it back to yourself. Like, I just don't want to see y'all not doing this and it discouraging you and making you feel like you want to give up and you don't want to keep moving forward, because there's so much greatness, there's so much potential, there's so much like just. And y'all are starseeds too. Like, there's just so much greatness and potential that is within you that it's almost disrespectful and irresponsible to not forgive yourself for the things that you did or the roles that you played within the situation with whatever it is that you feel like you need to give up. Like, start to really exhibit a lot of faith and wishful thinking and knowing that, you know, if you let go of this thing, your life isn't going to turn to shits. Like, you know, because oftentimes we're so defensive of certain things because we just can't see it any other way. You know what I'm trying to say? We can't see it any other way. Like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. Oh, here this person comes along. Oh, this is my relationship. I know I have to make this relationship work because I want a relationship. Like, it don't have to be that serious. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? You don't have to try to defend these things heavy. Like, if you know that you made the decision and your humanity showed and now you fucked up, it's completely okay. You don't have to defend that mistake. Just be like, you know what? That was a mistake that I made. I know better now, and now I can move forward with some new knowledge. Now I can move forward on a new path. Now I can take a different turn. Now my life trajectory can change because I've accepted that thing. I'm no longer defending this thing anymore, or whatever I did within this thing. I'm not defending it. I'm just going to accept it. And now I can move forward. So that's what's coming up here. I don't know. I kind of want to get one more card. That's so funny. I was just calling y'all the Queen of Swords earlier today, and the Queen of Swords came out. The Queen of Swords came out to play. The Queen of Swords came out to play. So, as you accept and forgive yourself, don't be all caught up in your emotions and shit, ugly crying, leaning up against the wall, sliding down the wall and stuff. That's so funny. Ugly crying. Just accept it. You know, accept it. And look at the facts for what the facts are. Don't have your emotions just clouding your vision. Cut your losses. Oftentimes, that's what the Queen of Swords can represent also. It's just me cutting my losses. Like, okay, I invited this situation, this circumstance into my life. Now it's no longer working for me. So all I can do is cut my losses. So in addition to the Hangman, which was on my mind when I thought about sacrifices, I also, it also didn't even dawn on me that the Queen of Swords could definitely fit into that as well, because that's where that detachment would come from. You know, that cool, calm, collective detachment. Like, let's just stay focused on the facts right now. So, yeah. All right, let's continue to move on. All right, I'm doing all right with time. I'm doing all right. I didn't hang. That's so funny. Yeah, I definitely think that it's important for you all to lean on the support of, you know, someone else who can definitely be able to look at your situation from a higher perspective as you stay focused on the minute, tiny details, as you clean those things up. I feel like if you try to do both things at once, it's going to seem like you're just kind of spinning your wheels and you're not really making any progress and you're not really moving forward. In a sense, it's going to be unfulfilling to you. I feel like y'all are people that, like, you want to complete a task and you want to know that you completed the task and you want to complete that task within a certain time period. When it comes to the divine, it's divine timing and everything happens as it should. But when it comes to your own personal free will and the things that you can control, the things that you can personally control, it's like a lot of you all just don't want to put your time and effort into something and it just not be fulfilling. It just, you don't get out of it what you really want to get out of it. That's why I felt like it might be an issue here with reciprocity. That's why I'm just like, it's leaning heavy to it could potentially be a relationship that you're involved in or something like that. And like, it doesn't have to be just romantic. It can literally be a familiar relationship, a friendship, a business partnership. There's so many different types of relationships that people have with each other. Friends with benefits relationship. That literally came from my head. I had to say it. But for the most part, it's like y'all just want to be fulfilled. Like whatever you're putting in, you want it to be reciprocated, and you want to feel fulfilled. You want to feel like if you put your time into something, you're gonna accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Yeah, a lot of you all definitely have this, and that's funny. A lot of you all, like, first of all, Empress energy came up heavy, and a lot of you all also exhibit this confidence as well. So it could definitely be Leos here. I know I'm a Leo. It could definitely be this confidence as well that you all just have and that you all put into certain situations. And when you step into something, it's like you want to step and put your best foot forward. So I think this is why a lot of you all is having a very hard time with being able to let this thing go, whatever this thing is, because you're definitely loyal to it. You're loyal. And it's coming off as being loyal to a fault, and you're loyal to it even if you don't get out of it what you want. Like, and it's so like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not annoyed with what's going on. It's just that energy of like, it really pains me to see people that really want to do right and really want to do good and really want to put something positive into a situation, and they just don't get it reciprocated back. And it makes you feel some type of way because now you're loyal to a fault. Now you're still giving and you're not getting nothing back in return. And it's not fair. I don't like that type of energy. Like, I don't like the unfairness. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I feel like eventually down the line, the justice card might have to come out because it's just seeming like things is really unfair. This not the justice card, but it's not the justice card, but it was just like, yo, it's seeming like that. But yeah, this is unfortunate because I really do feel like a lot of you all are just so you have so much emotion. Like, y'all are people that just like, you feel how you feel. Y'all could definitely be very sensitive, like underneath the persona, or not even persona, but underneath like who you present yourself to be. And it could definitely be your authentic self. It's like y'all have this other side, or not this other side, but when you keep going and going and going, it's like y'all have this sensitivity that is just within you. Like, and it's definitely showing. And that's what I'm saying. It's not fair. Like, it's not fair that you're putting into whatever this situation is and you're not getting out of it what you want to get out of it. And in a sense, if you keep doing that, it's going to make you bitter. It's going to make you lose that childlike wonder and imagination. And it's going to make you just resentful. Like, resentful is the word, right? Resentful. So yeah, if anything I would say is to focus on the little things that you can clean up and just getting yourself out of a place of fear and more into a place of empowerment so that you can make this sacrifice and let this thing go. And ask for help. Ask for help. If you don't feel comfortable talking to another physical human being, ask for help. Lean on a lot of you all in your family. You could have had a very, very strong masculine role model. Doesn't necessarily even have to be your father. It could be your grandfather. It could be your uncle. It could be somebody within your ancestry that is very strong. Someone who is a wise figure. You can get into it and really start to call on these people within your family for help, like, so that they can come through and give you this wisdom, this higher power, this knowledge that you need, a teaching that you need to help you. So let's keep it going. And then I'm going to end the reading here for today. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. A lot of you all definitely may be experiencing like real heavy tower moments where things literally where things literally break down. Things literally break down, and just to be rebuilt again. A tower moment isn't necessarily a bad thing. I feel like a lot of you all aren't going to really experience it too much internally. I feel like it's going to be more so with your environment changing and the things that you see changing. And that could be because you're changing on the inside. So whatever is going on inside you is going to be projected into the outside. But for the most part, I just want to let y'all know that, like, when you make this sacrifice and when you let go of this thing that no longer is serving you, it just opens the door to so much. It opens the door to so much opportunity. Like, it opens the door. It's like spirit is really going to give you this reward for you being able to sacrifice this job, relationship, whatever it is that's no longer serving you. It's like you're going to be offered a new beginning. If this has to do with your job, you're going to be offered something better. You're going to be offered something that is so much more stable, so much more fulfilling. And it really depends on your ability to be able to detach from these things. Like, you know, so that's why I'm getting like, y'all, like, you might experience a tower moment. And for me, it would be, it's easier said than done. But I've experienced multiple tower moments in my life. And I can tell you that every time something broke down, every time a door didn't open for me, every time a window wasn't cracked, every time I wasn't able to go through something, or I couldn't have the relationship that I wanted with someone, or I didn't get the job that I expected, or I didn't do this, like, something else was always available and open to me. Like, something that was so much more fulfilling, so much more stable, something so much more timeless. So if something isn't working, if this situation that you know that you got to let go of is not working and it's not serving you, yes, it could definitely hurt, because you will experience that tower moment of things just breaking down. You know, so if this is a friendship that you depended on, you might feel like, dang, my life is going to shit. Like, my friend not here, my partner not here. You know what I'm trying to say? I can completely understand that, but I also want to let you know that in order for you to get that new beginning, in order for you to take the steps towards this new opportunity, this new timeless thing that is being presented to you all, you're gonna have to let go, and it's gonna hurt. But I promise that spirit is telling me that there's something better on the horizon for you. So yeah, it's just going to come down to your ability to be able to let this thing go. Because a lot of you all, whatever it is that you know that you need to sacrifice, that thing has already ended. It's already ended. Like, it's already ended for you. Vibrationally, energetically, you know that it's already ended. You know that you don't resonate with that thing anymore. You already know. That thing has already ended. But it's up to you to be able to understand, like, you know what? It's done. Everything is going to be okay. Like, I know that when it comes to us, more humans, we have so much emotion. We have so many different thoughts, so many different ideas, and our thoughts can wander. But with this specific thing that you know that you need to sacrifice and let go of, you don't even want this thing in your life anymore. Like, you're not enamored with this thing. Thinking about it makes you angry. You feel cold. You feel distant. You feel like it's just like it's just not something that you even identify with anymore. So just why not let it go? Like, why not let it go? Let me see. Let me get one more card just to see what's going on. Yeah, it's like y'all not happy with it. It's not fulfilling. It's not doing nothing for you. And all it does is make you confused. All it's doing is making you confused. Like, well, which way should I go? How do I do this thing? Do I go here? Do I go there? Like, it's just making you confused. And this thing has already ended. So what decisions do we have to make? Why we got to sit here and think about which way to go? The thing has already ended. You don't like it anymore. It makes you cold and distant when you think about it. And it confuses you. Yeah, it confuses you. And like, it confuses you because now you got to go back and forth. It's just a lot of back and forth energy right here. But honestly, I think you all would rather just want to be in a balanced place. Didn't I literally just say it's a lot of confusion? It's a lot of back and forth. Like, I just want to show y'all. I just want to show y'all what I'm talking about. Like, and my nails aren't all the way completely done and designed yet. But I just want to show y'all. It's a lot of twos here. Now, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles. And then we also have the Two of Wands. So it's a lot of choices and decisions. And just a lot of this or that, or this or that. You know what I'm trying to say? And that energy, like I said, the back and forth, the thinking this, thinking that thing, it can be very exhausting. It can be very, very, very exhausting. And I just want you to know that it's very important for you to not exhaust your mind because this thing is already done. It's already done. Like, you know how I can tell you that's already done? Like, and that you just Ace of Cups in the reverse. Like, I'm sorry. This thing, like, why do we even have this thing in our lives if it's not even emotionally fulfilling us at this point? Like, so, I don't know. I'm going to, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know. I feel like I want to pull another card. Like, I feel like I want to pull another card. Oh my God. I feel like I want to pull another card. Oh. Well, that's that. That's that. That's that. Like, there's no, like, whatever it is that you're continuously trying to attach yourself to, it's no promise of a new beginning. It's no promise. Because here we have here too, the Ace of Pentacles within the reverse. But look at what is promised to you through this Tower moment. Through this Tower moment of letting that thing go, yeah, you're going to experience all types of shit, all types of emotions. Yeah, your foundation is going to feel like it's going all over the place. You know what I'm trying to say? You're not going to feel stable for the moment, but it's okay, because look at this. Look what's on the other side of this for you, at Ace of Pentacles. So if God was like, all right, if God was like, all right, now you need to let this relationship go. And I know that when you let this relationship go, it might be hard on you, but this is what's on the other side. Are you gonna deal with this just to get this? Because I will gladly deal with this to get this, as opposed to not wanting to let something go, and now you're dissatisfied. Now you're distant. Now you confused. And now there's no promise of any new beginning or any new emotional fulfillment. There's no promise of no new money, of no stability, of anything. It's no promise of nothing. But if it was really like you got to go through that to come out on the other side with this gold coin right here, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hell yeah. So let me go ahead and move into the surrender deck just so we can see what other things that we can specifically surrender within this, because trust me, I know situations and circumstances are multi-layered and they're complex. You know, there's so many different nuances. You can't never sit here in life and be like, okay, things are either black or things are either white. There's a gray area, and it's certain nuances that we just have to understand and we just have to respect. You feel me? So it's, as much as it's like, oh, it's easier said than done, trust me, like I understand what's going on. Like I understand, and you have to be respectful when it comes to all aspects of a situation and of a circumstance, you know, because it's there, so you have to respect it. It's there. But all right, so like, all right. So I'm just going to read these surrender cards verbatim, because oftentimes I'll use them intuitively, but why not just read them verbatim when you can get the message directly as it is here. First and foremost, I'm getting that it's important for you to surrender negative thinking. It says that you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say, thank you for sharing, and quickly focus on positive affirmations. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us. That's funny, because I was talking about magic yesterday. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. And a lot of you all are magical beings as well. That's what I picked up when I first did this reading. Just all the beauty, all the creativity, just all of that energy and light that's within you. Like, so that's amazing. For people that are still having issues with speaking up and being communicative and showing who you are, like, it's time to stop it. Because obviously y'all are very beautiful people, and it's time to really start to get into that. To be to be self-assured. You know what I'm trying to say? Get into it. Like, if you're a beautiful person inside and you have beautiful qualities, show those qualities off into the world. Like, all it's gonna do is gonna increase your confidence and your self-esteem, and that's the whole point. We need to be at our best so that we can do what our purpose is on this earth. It's too many people out here that aspire too much negativity and low self-esteem in people, and I don't like that. I don't like that stuff. I really don't like that stuff, because it's too many beautiful people that are being held back and held down and not being able to be who they truly actually want to be because somebody else got something to say, or you have negative thoughts and that narcissistic voice in your head that's telling you that you can't do stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? It's really time to, like, it's really time to go through it. I like not get over it. It's time to go through it. Like, but yeah. The last card says surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So there we go. I love when spirit backs up what I say, because it lets me know that, like, the messages that I'm telling you are authentic messages and it's what really needs to be communicated. Like, I love when spirit does that, when spirit backs up what I say. Like, I love it. It's amazing. And y'all see I'm doing this shit live. Y'all see I'm doing this shit live. Ain't nobody looking at cards. Y'all see I'm doing this shit live. Like, ah, man. I love it. So the last card here that I'm going to end with, here we go with this Leo energy again. Y'all exhibiting some strong Leo energy, Leo vibes in the house. Let's get it. Like, Leo gang. Whenever I have this hair color in, it just always makes me feel like, just so like, yes, I'm representing my serious, you know, family, my family that's up there. Like, I'm really, you know, I love this hair color. It's just so, like, it makes me feel like I'm charged up. Like, it makes me feel like I've literally evolved. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if y'all get that, but it's how it makes me feel. But the last thing that I definitely want to tell y'all, and I'm going to show y'all this card so you can see it for yourself. Surrender to your full power. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So like I be telling y'all, no more playing the back. We're not playing the back anymore, because we have too much beauty. We have too much light. We have too much positive energy within us to not be sharing this thing and putting this thing out into the world. Like, because when you do it, it's going to inspire other people to do it. And then, you know, we're literally going to be able to literally raise the vibration of this planet, of this earth. Like, because this thing right here is serious. Like, this thing is serious. So just making sure I have the right cards and the right decks. But for the most part, y'all, I really enjoyed doing this reading today. I really enjoyed it. Like, God had put it on my heart earlier today after I listened to this beautiful young lady that leads my investment group that I recently joined. Like, when she started speaking about sacrifices, that really just put the word in my heart to just be like, you know what? We got to expand on this thing, because it's very important for people to understand that there are things that's going on that could potentially be holding you back. There are things going on that no longer serve you anymore, and now it's time for you to invite that new energy in. And mind you, it's spring, so why not do some spring cleaning? Why not do, you know, some fine tuning and cleaning up of different things that no longer serve us in our life? It's spring. We might as well do it during this time. But yeah, I definitely am so grateful and thankful. Shout outs to everybody. And shout outs to everybody, gang, that was literally rocking with me for this entire reading. Like, I definitely appreciate it. This reading will be posted on YouTube if you would like to play it back. I'm so grateful. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so thankful. Like, y'all need to understand, I love reading tarot. I really do. Like, I love reading it in this format. It's so beautiful to me. Like, I love it. I love it. Like, I really do love it. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I've even been given the opportunity to come in front of y'all and to really truly give y'all these positive, uplifting messages. And I really wish the best for y'all moving forward. If anybody wants to speak to me, you can definitely feel free to DM me. If anyone would like to start trading and investing, DM me. If you want to see what's going on with these nail sets, DM me. Like, literally DM me and talk to me. Like, because I love to talk. So let's talk. Let's chop it up. Let's commune. So with that being said, yeah, I will see y'all. I will see y'all soon, and have a very blessed week. Bye.